Father, how is he?
He's still in a coma. The doctor was just here. There's been no change.
I shouldn't have fallen asleep.
You want to sleep long, baby?
I shouldn't have fallen asleep at all, not until Brandon comes out of this.
You want some coffee? Actually, it's breakfast time. You want something to eat?
No.
I'll be back in a few minutes.
I was so sure he'd be awake by now. I mean, I thought he'd sleep through the night. And when the sun rose, he'd open up his eyes.
Wish it had been that simple. You can't give up. You must have faith.
Come on, you got the keys?
Yeah, I got the key.
Oh,
Jesus, go on.
shut the door.
Oh, boy. Oh, look at this place.
Oh.
I wonder what kind of view we got.
Oh, it's great. I can see the
God.
fireplace perfectly from right about here.
Look at those mountains. They're absolutely spectacular.
Hey, how did you manage to find an airplane that had a 5 o'clock a.m. flight?
We saved a lot of money on those tickets.
Yeah, they should have given us hazard pay for getting on the ancient plane.
Well, it was my first day skiing. I don't want to waste the whole day traveling.
Yeah, well, my dear, have a great itinerary for us.
Oh, yeah?
Mm-hmm. First thing we're going to do is take a nice, long, sexy nap right in front of that fireplace. And then we're going to take our time and unpack. And then we're going to go out to brunch. And then we can hit the slopes about, 1 o'clock.
No way. No way. We're hitting those slopes in 15 minutes.
Come on, Scott.
Hey, honey, I am on the Rocky Mountain High. Can't you hear those slopes calling out to you?
No, as a matter of fact, they're being drowned out by the sound of the couch.
Come on. Get those boots off, get these on, and snap on those skis. Let's go.
Come on, what's the hurry?
Honey, the snow is waiting for us.
Honey, the snow is going to be there till June.
Hey, this is no wimpy holiday. I'm hitting those slopes in 15 minutes, and I'm not taking any prisoners. Or maybe just one.
You should feel free to take as much time with this as you need.
You may have to say this again under oath in a courtroom.
Julie is here in a dual capacity as the acting DA and also to witness your response to seeing this guy.
I understand.
All right, well, take a look through the window and tell us if you recognize the man on the other side.
That's the man.
You're identifying the man in the other room as the man you encountered outside Diane Bentley's apartment on the night of December 1st.
Yes.
Will you be able to make a positive identification in court?
Yes, I will.
Looks like we've got our man.
Okay, come on. We're wasting time here.
Scott, I think it's important that you know a little bit about what you're doing before you start this.
I know what I'm doing. I'm skiing down the side of a beautiful mountain. The snow is falling. Cold wind is blowing in my face.
Okay, so you get to the bottom
And I stop.
And exactly how do you do that?
Well, I just sort of.
And then I just sort of peel you off the side of the lodge, Scott.
Listen to you. You're so negative.
I'm not being negative. I just think it's a really good idea that you should know a few of the details, like how to slow down, how to turn, and how to stop before you go charging off the side of a mountain.
All right, okay, all right. I'm patiently awaiting your expertise.
Good. Okay. Bend your knees a little bit.
All right.
Okay, now sit back a little.
What? What's so funny?
You know, baby, you got great buns, but you don't need to sit back quite that much.
What is going on here? Are you coming on to me?
What do you think?
This whole episode screams of sexual harassment. That's great. You're a terrific teacher, you know that?
You bet I am. And that was lesson number 1, how to fall. Probably the most important lesson you're ever going to learn.
I don't plan on falling.
You think this is going to be a breeze, don't you?
You're looking at a man with varsity letters in basketball, baseball, and football at Crestview High.
Yeah, and they're all so similar to skiing, aren't they?
Hey, you got the moves, you got the moves. I'll be fine. Just stay out of my way.
Yeah, you bet I'm going to stay out of your way. I value my life.
Yeah.
Scott, now seriously, you do know that once you start down that cliff, it's going to be a little different than practicing on this tapestry rug.
Oh, come on. How difficult can it be? You just get off the lift, you aim yourself downhill, and then you just let gravity do the work for you.
Oh, I can't wait to see this.
Well, you will. Come on. The Rockies are awaiting us.
I just hope that they're ready for us.
Maybe you should go home and get some rest. I'll stay here with Brandon. Take a little nap, get something to eat. If there's any news, I'll call you in a second.
I am not walking out on Brandon. If Keith hadn't walked out on him, he wouldn't be in his hospital bed right now.
Tina, I know you're angry.
Do you know the reason Brandon was in that church? Because he was praying for Keith to come back. Because he was trying to do every good thing he could think of. He feels abandoned. Now, I'm going to be here when he opens up his eyes. I have to be.
Did anyone ever tell you you're one hell of a mother?
Anyone ever tell you you're one hell of a friend?
I have good feelings about the kid pulling through, you know?
I'll tell you what, why don't you go home? You've been here all night.
I'm not gonna leave you here alone.
I'm not alone, buddy. I'm with my son. And you could do me a favor. You could check on the house.
You sure?
Yeah. And bring me a change of clothes back if you don't mind.
You got it.
And don't try any of my clothes on.
Hey, you got nothing in my size. I won't be long.
Thanks. I sure wish there was something I could do for you, Brandon. I'd do anything. Hello, yes, I'd like to speak. No habla inglés. Great. Okay, yo necesito señor Bordello. Sí, señor Bordello. No habla aquí? No aquí? Okay, I want you to give him a message. I have an urgent message for him.
We appreciate your coming down here on such short notice, Zach.
I just hope this can put an end to the whole nightmare.
Well, we may be on our way.
Look, I want to help as much as possible. If you need anything else, you know where to find me.
Do me a favor, though, will you? Don't mention anything about this to anyone until we get in touch with you, okay?
You got it.
Thanks.
Thank you. All right, I will file murder and rape charges immediately.
Well, let's hold on here a second, shall we?
What?
I don't want to rush this.
Rush this. Did you hear what Zach just said? He's going to make a personal and positive identification.
Mm-hmm. But I'm not convinced.
What other evidence do you need to convince yourself? I mean, the man in there confessed himself. I identified the man that attacked me in the church. He wasn't wearing a ski mask then, and he's got a cut on his forehead where I bopped him with the candle.
Fair enough. Then let's file assault charges, but let's let the rest of it ride for the time being. What do you say?
I say I don't get this.
Julie, look, I know how difficult this has been for you. I'm not trying to...
No way. Don't make this personal. This is not personal. There isn't a DA in the country that wouldn't press charges against this man immediately.
Possibly. There's no question the man has violent tendencies. He may even be the man Zach thinks he saw outside Miss Bentley's apartment that night. However, it does not make the man the rapist.
I don't understand what you want. You heard the man's confession.
With no specifics whatsoever. You know how many times people come in here and confess to crimes they couldn't possibly have committed?
Let's go over this again, all right? The man, we're talking about a man who had access to the hospital and medication Eden and I were given when we were attacked. He stole from the television station, so he certainly had access to the video equipment he used. He's wearing the shoes that left prints outside your house and outside the doctor's on-call room, and he has no alibis. Other than that, he's a model citizen.
Look, I'm sorry. I wish it added up to his guilt.
It does in my book.
I know you're under a lot of pressure to get this case wrapped up. I've been under pressure too, believe me. Both of us saw what happened with Kane and the Major. Two men with incriminating evidence against them who turned out to be innocent. A lot of us thought that sketch we drew up with Zach's description was the Major. That guy in there looks a hell of a lot like the Major. Who's to say there's not somebody out there who looks a hell of a lot like this guy?
Wearing the same shoes, hanging out in the hospital, ready to confess to Andrea's murder and Eden's rape. It doesn't seem logical or likely.
Well, but there hasn't been anything about this case remotely logical from the get-go, has there been? No, there hasn't been. You go to the press now, you say that we caught the rapist. Every woman in Santa Barbara is going to let her guard down. Too much information about this ridiculous series of events has been in the paper already, and you know it.
Well, there's nothing we can do about that at this point.
You can put a gag order on this case until we're sure. And I'm asking you, as a personal favor, to do that.
Right now, we have all the right shoes for the holiday.
Can you tell if he's getting any better?
Right now, his condition is the same.
I don't understand any of this. You know, he was fine when he came home after the fall. He was reading to us and
He
everything.
may have seemed fine for a while, but when he hit his head, he suffered a concussion.
But he came out of it.
The concussion caused his brain to swell. He came out of it when the swelling took place. And then when it reached a certain point, Brendan fell into a coma.
His brain is swollen. It sounds so horrible. What do you do for that?
Well, at this point, there's nothing we can do but wait and see how he responds.
Well, he's not responding at all. That's pretty
We
obvious.
need to give it more time.
How much time? I want you to level with me, Dr. Bentley. How bad is it?
I won't lie to you. Brandon's present condition is very serious. But you have to understand that he could come out of this coma in 5 minutes or in 2 days.
But you do think he's going to come out of it. I mean, that's what you're saying, right?
Well, we have every reason to hope for that to happen.
I wonder what it's like for him. I mean, I wonder if he can hear us. If he knows we're talking about him. Because I really want him to know his mother's here with him.
Oh, I'm not sure what coma patients experience. But I've always believed very strongly that love and the will to live are the most important factors in any recovery.
Well, I love him more than anything.
Then he must be feeling that. Now, I'm going to be off duty for the next few hours, but the hospital knows where to reach me at all times. And I'll be checking in regularly on Brandon's condition.
Thank you.
Well, you're just the lady I was hoping to see.
Is that so?
For a doctor about to get off duty, you look a little down. What's up?
I have a little boy in there in a coma. Kind of case I find the most frustrating. The old, nothing you can do but wait routine.
Yeah, it makes me nuts.
I just wish I had magical powers so I could heal all the children in the hospital.
I don't think your problem's unique. I've never met a doctor that doesn't feel that way.
Maybe it's something you outgrow?
No. I don't think you ever get comfortable with the fact that in some cases, there's just nothing you can do for the patient.
Maybe not.
But I know what can make the wait more palatable.
What's that?
Well, I was thinking, why don't we have lunch and then we can catch a matinee of the Nutcracker?
Oh, that sounds wonderful. But I was planning on coming in here and checking in on my patients.
You are off duty. Now, you're not going to help your patients by running yourself into the ground. Besides, we can tell the hospital where we are. We can give them the seat numbers at the ballet.
You're a very persuasive man.
That's what I want to be. Well, I'll pick you up when you get off.
All right. It'll be fun. Oh, that's me. I'll see you later.
You want more evidence?
I want something.
What about the shrine to Eden that you found in the warehouse district? Now, this man has a history of going from one abandoned building to the other in the same area.
That's interesting, but there's still a piece missing. What the hell is this?
We found it in back of the chapel where Miss Wainwright was attacked.
Thank you.
How's it going?
Good. I'm glad you're here. Do you recognize this shopping cart?
I think I saw it outside the chapel. I remember seeing a red bandana.
Do you know who it belongs to?
Well, I assumed it was Jack's.
Look at this. He's got newspapers about the rape all over it. Are you convinced?
Now, come on. Practically every issue of the Santa Barbara papers has had something on the front page about the rapist since the night Eden was first attacked.
Cruz, the evidence is overwhelming.
Let's stop talking about the evidence for a moment, shall we? And think about this man. Julia, we have spent months chasing someone clever enough to elude us at every turn. The guy has covered his tracks like a magician. He's moved in and out of any place he's wanted, including my home on several occasions, without leaving so much as a fingerprint. We're talking fastidious. Now look at this guy. You gonna tell me you believe that is the same man?
Hey, sister, I'm looking for a tree.
Yes? Well?
Well, the ones you have, they're too fat and they're too tall. What I need is a little tree. You know, piccolo, for a little boy.
Oh, no, Piccolo. Little boys, oh, they love big trees.
I know that. I was a little boy myself once, but this little boy, he's in the hospital sick. They're not going to let me drag one of these big fat things in there.
Oh, I am sorry, dear. I have just the right tree for you.
Oh.
Yes, right here. Here it is.
Oh, sister, that is beautiful. That's exactly what I was looking for. Here you go, sister.
Oh, thank you.
You keep the change for the church.
Oh, bless you. Go in the chapel and light a candle for him.
To tell you the truth, sister, it's been a very long time since I set foot in a church for the purpose of praying or any real church business.
Well, then, the time is right now for the boy.
I don't know if God would listen to me, sister. I'm not exactly a good man.
Oh, nonsense. God listens to a loving heart. Go, 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 go.
This has been pleasant, but you'll excuse me.
Where are you going?
I'm going to question the man again.
And what do you think you're going to find now?
Something specific, I hope. If he's really guilty, there'll be certain things he'll know that nobody else would know.
I've been working with the homeless for a long time, and I never cease to be amazed at how they have to live.
Don't touch evidence.
You know, we all seen so many homeless now that we start to feel immune. Start feeling compassion, and people start to feel that they're just a threat.
Look, I have compassion for the homeless. I just don't have it for animals who terrorize and abuse and murder women. Now, that man has raped my friend. He's killed another one. He's attacked. What I don't understand is what you were doing in the hospital all night with this little boy in a coma. Then you come here and you defend the person who did that to him, who put him there. What is with you two, anyway? You and Cruz. I mean, I've got evidence to convict that person 10 times over, yet because he's homeless, you insist on proving him innocent. Why?
Because I happen to believe he may be innocent, and he's a human being, and I have a sacred obligation as a priest to help people that nobody else would ever think of helping.
You know, sometimes people are just a little too understanding, a little too forgiving, and a little too perfect.
Well, I don't think I fall in that category, do I?
Relax. You know, I'm having a little problem here, Jack. I'm starting to believe you want to go to prison.
What's the difference? The whole world's a prison. I'd just be switching cells.
Why did you confess to these crimes?
Because I'm guilty, you idiot.
You think I'm just going to take your word for that?
Everybody knows I'm guilty. That's why I'm here.
All right, you're guilty, so tell me about it.
What?
Tell me how you did it. Tell me something that everyone couldn't have read in the papers.
Well, they couldn't have known how much I hate women.
And why do you hate women?
They're evil. They're all daughters of Eve. They try to be soft and pretty and innocent, but they're not. They turn on you.
How?
Any way they can. That's why I live on the street. I'd rather live there than some woman's house. She makes it all cozy and tidy. But She's like a black widow weaving her web, ready to suffocate you.
But you won't allow that.
No, I will not allow that. I got no ties with women. I'm free. At least as free as anyone can get these days.
From the way you describe it, it seems like you must have lived with a woman at some time. Come on, talk to me, Jim. I mean, you say you're free, and then you tell me you committed these terrible crimes.
I did.
Well, then you're not free of women at all, are you? Any man who committed the crimes you did is totally possessed by women. Isn't that right? I mean, they control everything you do. You don't rape them just for the fun of it. You rape them because you have to, because they drive you to do it. So don't tell me you're free. Tell me what it's like when you rape these women. Tell me about that.
No!
All right, sit down. Sit down! Now, you just gave me a vivid description of what it's like to be in a woman's house. I gotta believe that you lived with a woman sometime. Maybe you were even married. Maybe you even have kids. Do you, Jack? Do you have any children?
There are too many people in this world. That's why this planet is such a hellhole. Why would I want a kid?
This came in on the computer from the fingerprint check.
Thanks, Bill.
It looks like you got a lot of information on him.
His given name is John Edmonds Rawson. He's 41.
That fits right in there.
Yeah, he's lived in several cities in the East. You're gonna like the rest of it.
Rawson, he got a degree in electronics. He worked at a video lab in New York City.
Yeah, Bill, this is fine, but I want you to keep digging. We're gonna need to get a lot more than this on the guy, all right? Thanks.
This is ridiculous. What more information or evidence do you need?
I want something that tells me in my gut that he's the right man. Were you listening when I questioned him just now?
I heard most of it.
The man who raped Eden is obsessed with the child. He has gone to great lengths to convince us that he's the father. Did you hear what that guy said when I asked him about kids?
Yes, the man is psychotic. You can't listen to anything that he says or does. You can't take it literally. You just have to go by the facts.
I've been trying to go by the facts. The facts don't add up.
Let me talk to him, Cruz. I think maybe I can make him open up more to me.
No.
Why?
Because it's dangerous. You both said the man is dangerous.
I can't handle myself.
Look, the man already has a grudge against you because you betrayed him in the confessional.
So, I can... If he was going to hurt me, he would have done that before. Why didn't he?
I don't know why. I just don't want you doing it, all right?
Julian, you're being totally...
I don't want him to hurt you. I also don't know what kind of an intrusion this will make or how it'll hurt the case.
Well, that's not a good argument. Cruz, look, just let me go into the cell with him. I know that I can get something out of him.
Michael, you're starting to sound more and more like a cop again, you know that?
But I gave up my shield. I don't want to get it back. I just think that I can make a difference in this case. I can handle myself. You got nothing to lose.
All right.
Cruz!
I'm not wild about the idea either. On the other hand, it'd sure be a shame if the guy who really kidnapped and tortured you were to walk because we didn't take a chance to find out what's really going on here, right?
Right.
So I'll set this up for you, Michael.
Thanks.
You know, sometimes I don't think I know you very well at all.
There are times when I think that you are the only person in the world who does understand me.
I think this is a colossal waste of time. But I know how stubborn you are, so just be careful, all right?
I will.
I think that I should have a guard watching you while you're in there.
No. He's not going to talk if he knows that somebody's watching him.
I want to do something to help you.
Okay, there is something you can do.
What?
I was supposed to get the chapel ready for the orphanage Christmas party. I mean, I haven't even picked up the tree yet.
Where is it?
It's at the lot. They're saving it for me. If you could just oversee it, they'll help you put the tree in and start the decorating just for a while.
Unbelievable. You are about to go into a cell with a person who could potentially kill you, and you're worrying about planning a party for the orphanage.
Well, I think that those children are equally important.
All right. I'll go. Go. To the chat.
Thank you, Ms. Wainwright.
Ms. Yeah. Will you do me one favor, please?
What's that?
I know that you want to help, and I know what you want is for the truth to come out. Will you please not take any chances?
I'm telling you, those damn skis, there's something wrong with them.
There's nothing wrong with the skis, babe.
There must have been something wrong with them. They kept sliding out from underneath my feet.
Honey, you fell. You fell 56 times.
You know, actually, you're the only one that would actually count.
I
You know
didn't
that?
actually count. I made the number up, but it's probably close.
No, it's more like 100. Oh, you know, I didn't mind falling at first, but that last time, in that damn humongous tree, you know, I felt like there was some kind of a magnetic field that just kept kind of sucking me into it.
Yeah, I'm sure that's what it was, honey.
Well, you must have seen me trying to turn.
Is that what you were trying to do? No. Come on.
Hey, that's a very sensitive ankle. You're supposed to be very tender with it, not torture it to death.
I'm sorry. It'll come out. Come on. Oh, sorry. Oh, it's not that bad.
It's probably broken in 20 places.
It's definitely not broken. We'll just put an ice pack on it. You'll feel fine tomorrow.
I don't think I'm ever going to be fine. Every bone and muscle in my body is in agony right now.
Oh, poor baby. Does it hurt?
No one believes me when I say I finally found the girl I love. Maybe I've been alone too
All there.
long.
I think it might help if I take a nice hot shower, especially if my doctor joins me. No, it's all right. I can do it. I can do it. Yeah, I'm fine.
Wait a minute. Do that again.
What?
That twirl from one tree to the other.
Twirl. I was just turning around.
No. You're being too modest. You could have been the sugar plum fairy when you did that turn.
Right. Hi, Zach.
Julia, how are you? I don't know if you've met Diane Bentley. Dr. Diane Bentley. This is Julia Wainwright.
Nice to meet you.
Well, you're the new district attorney.
We'll see in the new election. It's nice to meet you anyway, Dr. Bentley.
Oh, Diane, please.
I know how hard you had to work for that title. I like to give the person the option.
Well, she could have been a ballerina. No, she could have been performing the Nutcracker with some ballet company right now.
Did I catch you at an awkward time?
Oh, no, we just got back from seeing the Nutcracker.
You know, as a matter of fact, if you get a chance, you should see it, and Samantha would love it.
I think Samantha's a little too young for it right now, but it does happen to be my favorite.
Well, are you Samantha's mother?
Yes, I am. And when she's old enough to see the Nutcracker, I'm sure that she'll want to take ballet lessons right afterwards, just like I did.
You too.
Yes, I had dreams after seeing that I was going to be a prima ballerina. When I was 6 years old, I used to think that I wanted to spend the rest of my life in a tutu.
Well, you just had to settle for becoming a famous lawyer instead.
Not so famous. I do like my job, though.
Well, I'm sure Samantha's fantasy will be to grow up and be a lawyer just like her mom.
Well, she can be whatever she wants. It's okay with me. What is your specialty?
Pediatrics.
Really? Are you treating Brandon?
Yes, I am.
How is he doing?
No change. I just spoke to the doctor on duty a few moments ago.
Brandon's a good kid. There are a lot of people in this town praying.
forget about all that. That's all in the past. The point is, you're supposed to know everything. And if that's true, and you know I love my son more than anything else in the world. And if you could just find some way to make him better, I'll do anything. I mean it. I mean, I'd never hurt anybody else ever again. I'd never blackmail anybody as long as I live. I'd even give up sex. I may not be saying a lot, as the way the last few months have been going, but that's the best I can do. I give you all the money I have left. I'm trying to pray, and the best I can do is bribe you. I know, I probably...
Thanks, Sally. Please call me if there's any change at all in his condition.
Brandon still the same?
Yes.
Well, I see you haven't done a very good job of getting you to get your mind off the hospital.
Oh, no, I love the Nutcracker. I was just seeing all those children on stage. I kept thinking about Brandon. I kept wishing there was some way I could bring some of the fun of the show back to him.
Well, maybe I can help.
Where'd you get that?
Well, I bought it during intermission while you were on the phone at the hospital. I thought that when Brandon wakes up, maybe we can play it for him and tell him the story.
Oh, that's a wonderful idea.
In the meantime, we can enjoy it.
I don't know what's wrong with this thing. I keep meaning to get it fixed.
Oh, yes, the loose connection.
I haven't played it for 3 months, and you mean a loose connection was it?
Yeah, with that and changing light bulbs is about the extent of my engineering prowess.
You do a pretty mean job on a Christmas tree. Thank you. You know, you didn't have to do all this on your day off.
Well, I like helping you. Besides, it helps me to forget that I'm 3,000 miles away from home during the Christmas season.
Oh. Isn't that always the way? Julia, stop it.
Thanks a lot.
So what are you in for, Father? They finally nail you for stealing from the offering plate?
No, I'm here because I'd like to spend a little time with you, Jack.
Oh, isn't that considerate? You're such a godly man. I suppose you think God will protect you in this cell.
Do you need protection?
You're alone with a violent criminal.
Am I? Exactly what crimes did you really commit, Jack?
But they didn't tell you.
I'd like to hear it from you.
I'm the man they were looking for. I'm the rapist who murdered that woman on the beach.
Well, in that case, we've met many times before. Do you remember?
I remember everything.
Why don't you tell me something about the place where you held Miss Wainwright?
Oh.
I thought you remembered everything.
You must be talking about Julia.
Yes. Why don't you tell me how you rigged that place?
Why don't you go perform an exit somewhere?
Maybe you'd rather tell me the details of the conversations we had in the confessional?
You need to confess, priest.
Here you go, baby. That's what the doctor ordered. You want me to feed you?
No, I think I can manage. I'm not totally incapacitated, you know.
I noticed. When I was a kid and I'd get sick, my mom would make me chicken soup. She didn't have much faith in my dad's bag of pills. How about you? Did your mom ever make you chicken soup?
No, actually, I don't remember ever cooking anything. It seemed like me and Travis always had to, you know, open a can of something or throw a TV dinner in the oven, or, you know.
Did she work?
Yeah, sometimes.
You don't ever talk about her a whole lot. You know, it's always amazed me, mothers who work and raise kids. It's gotta be really tough. But I think she set some good examples for you and Travis.
Yeah.
You ever think about getting in contact with her? Or...
We have this bulletin just in from the Weather Bureau in Denver. Heavy snows and winds creating blizzard conditions are expected in Aspen this evening. Temperatures could drop to as low as 30 below zero. Travelers are advised to take necessary precautions. Now, back to our music.
I knew it was getting chilly. You want me to turn up the heat?
Yeah.
What's he doing?
There's still no change.
Yeah. This way I'll see it right when he wakes up. Did the doctor tell you anything else?
No. No.
Talk to me, Gina, please.
It's really stupid.
Well, I want to hear it.
I've been trying to call Keith all day. I thought maybe if I could find him and get him to come back.
He's not staying in the same place?
No. Apparently he's moved on someplace else. And I don't really care where it is. I mean, I wouldn't care at all. It's just that Brandon loves him so damn much. And I thought that maybe if he came here, that maybe it would help. I don't know.
Love is gonna pull Brandon through this, and he's getting more than enough of it coming from his mama. He's gonna be all right. Be back in a second, okay? I'll be right back.
Okay.
Let me talk to Crazy Joe. Joey, listen. I want you to find somebody for me.
Yeah. You look like you need a little Christmas.
Oh, bless your heart. What's this?
More on our derelict friend. He has a record. Boston.
Alias Jack Edwards? Assault and battery. Oh, hell, the victim was a woman.
I told you I did it.
And I'm telling you, I don't buy it. I think you know a little bit about all of it. You know what anybody would know from the newspapers. But you didn't kill anybody, Jack, because you don't have it in you.
No, no.
No. No, there's some other reason you're here. There's some reason you want to be here. Why don't you tell me about it?
And you're on a roll, Padre. Why don't you tell me?
I think it's been a long time, but I think you finally figured out a way to get some attention. May not be the greatest, but at least you're making some human contact. Or it might just come down to the fact that you think prison will provide you with food and shelter. And if I'm right about that, I can help you get all those things outside here. I can, Jack. I can get you treatment. I can get you a safe place to live.
Why? Why should you do that for me?
Because you're a man. And because you deserve a chance to live like one.
No. No. I'll never have that chance again. Look at me. There's nobody in the world who would want to go near a man like me.
That's not true.
Yes, it is.
You can have friends.
No.
You can have...
No.
You can have...
No! 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 No!
Tom Brokaw, the only network anchor in earthquake-ravaged Armenia, and in Geneva to cover Arafat's UN address. Tom Brokaw, only on NBC Nightly News.